It's hard to believe that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is already 6 years old. Maybe it's because of the 2018 Switch port, but there's still something so new about the game. I don't think we've ever seen a 2D platformer with such a large scale and world design since then. The game is visually impressive, even by today, and it feels like everything you see in the game serves a purpose in making the islands as real as they can be. However, something not so surface level would be the collectathon structure that lets you explore the finely crafted levels. Collectibles in the Donkey Kong Country series have always been important, and Tropical Freeze is no different. In each level there are 4 letters to collect which spell out Kong, and up to 9 puzzle pieces to find. So to explore the game's structure and collectibles, we're going to do something a little different. I thought it would be fun to pick a level and way overanalyze it. The level I've chosen is the iconic Jelly Jamboree from World 5. So let's get into it. The reason I've chosen Jelly Jamboree is for 2 reasons. One is that the Jello cubes look absolutely delicious, and 2 is that the level limits Donkey Kong's movement in an interesting way. Donkey Kong's roll is the central depth of his moveset. It can be used to move faster and jump farther, so to limit the ground space in the level forces the player to slow things down a bit. It's kinda like the levels in Super Mario Sunshine where you lose FLUDD, or the levels where you lose Cappy in Odyssey. Tropical Freeze is a game known for making level theme a priority and finding interesting gameplay ideas from there, so in this level everything stems from the bouncing jelly. Anyways, let's hop into the level. Pay close attention. Right away we see our first puzzle piece behind Donkey Kong in a jelly cube. This tells us that the game isn't always about linearity. Sometimes secrets will have you looking back behind you. The puzzle piece also isn't just handed to you. Donkey Kong has to roll into the cube to get it out. This isn't a super hard thing to figure out, but it's a nice touch. You'll soon see that the puzzle pieces are more about exploration, whereas the Kong letters are more about platforming challenges. This distinction makes collecting more fun. It provides a visual indicator for your skill in certain subjects of the game. But back to the level. So here we can start to see the main level gimmick, the bouncy jello cubes. Items can get stuck in these cubes, both helpful and harmful, so you'll have to watch your step. We can also see enemies in front of you who bounce on these cubes as well. Finally, there will be challenges where you have to control the height of your bounce. There may be some harmful obstacles above you like these spikes here. Already some complexity in the mechanics here. Then we get to collect our first Kong letter. It's hidden in plain sight as usual, and trying to get it is a timer challenge to line up the barrel. It's harder than collecting the puzzle pieces, but that's to be expected. Now that we're familiar with the jello cubes, the level starts to introduce these blue cubes, which will bring some jelly cubes to the foreground and push others to the background. The game tests you on this by having the letter O just out of reach unless you switch the cube positions. Second is the introduction to green cubes, which give you a higher bounce. We also find our first bonus room, which is hidden just below an enemy. These bonus rooms are mini challenges to grab all the bananas within the time limit to get a puzzle piece. It's a nice way to break up the levels, even if they can be a bit repetitive. Making it to our first checkpoint, the cubes start to be placed farther apart. The letter N requires a risky jump to get, but lucky for us, Dixie Kong can help us out. The Kong buddies are interesting power-ups because they work as sort of a built-in assist mode. They give the player 2 extra lives and can be used to correct jumps. It's a good system that doesn't make the game overly easy in the way Funky Mode kinda does. Anyways, the game tests us once again on our knowledge of how the cubes work to get a puzzle piece, and we get to have a cathartic moment of smashing some jelly cubes before being sent off to the next area. This final area is where the game goes into remix mode. The game is saying, you've mastered the cubes by themselves, but let's see how you react when we throw a mechanic from an old level in. The vines are a fun challenge to end off the level, and the last 3 collectibles are more experimental. The G is found under a low jelly block that can be easily missed. A puzzle piece can be collected by throwing a penguin at the target, and the last piece is found under a platform. Finally, we're blasted through a machine area for a chance to snag some extra goodies before reaching the end barrel at the top for an exciting finish. I like how the game changes the amount of puzzle pieces in each level. They design the interesting levels without being required to cram so many collectibles in them. So there's a good amount to learn from Donkey Kong's structure in level design and collectibles. Having separate collectibles to reward different skills, providing bonus areas to break up the level, testing the player's understanding of specific level mechanics, etc, etc. I'm not really sure how to end this video now, but I hope you learned something interesting or enjoyed the video. So I guess I'll just leave it here and I'll see you next week.